Hey everyone, welcome to the Close to Home podcast. I'm Brennan Klaus.
And I'm Tracy Erickson.
And today we're super excited that we are joined by LAVANT here in Seattle.
Hi. So, well, it's Lindsay and Kristi.
Lindsay and
from
Kristi
LAVANT, the founders of LAVANT. Were nice enough to join us today from their headquarters on Capitol Hill. And, you know, we know Lindsay and Kristi personally, so we've kind of seen this journey unfold from its inception. But why don't we start off by, you know, the both of you telling us where you were at before LAVANT and how this all came about, because it's turned into quite the thing. So, you know, where were you before this?
Thank you. Yeah, well, thanks for having us on, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we feel so special. Yeah. So this is Kristi talking, and prior to LAVANT, I spent 20 years in finance and investments. I actually have a CFA and a CPA, and I started out in accounting at Deloitte, and then flipped over to alternative investments and spent the next 15 years working for several different alternative investment houses, mostly in the finance and operations side of the house. So just classically trained accountant right here.
Yeah. Well, it's always good to have one of those on the team.
Totally.
Right.
I could do this without the classically trained accountant over here. So she is the meat of the full meal. I'll just put veggies in the side dish, but we make a full plate, which is great. So
yes.
But easy. And I spent the last 20 years in medical device world. So I did cardiac makers and electrical stuff with inside the heart, and just knew that, you know, once I turned 40, that my passion, I was doing what I was supposed to do in my life, not really what I wanted to do. And I wanted to spend the next, phase of my career doing something that I truly was passionate about and wanted to do, and that was starting my own business. But in order to do that, I needed to find the right partner and the right plate, and someone who was very different than me that could fill the gaps that I didn't have, and vice versa. And it's just been the most symbiotic relationship, and I'm so blessed to be with her.
Mm-hmm. So was it literally like you guys are like doing your dishes and you're like, oh, this Dawn, I mean, I'm sick of this palm olive, I don't like it. How do you think, like, I want to make amazing products? I mean, is it from using products that you don't like, or where did this idea come from?
Well, I think a lot of it started for both of us from having kids. I was with dog parents and animal parents before we had kids. And, I was one day I was pregnant with my first child, and I was mopping the floor with a floor cleaner. And on the back of the label, it said, don't use if you have animals, because it would, they'd get sick. Either it'd seep into their paws or they would lick.
Yeah.
And so there was no warning label for this crawling baby that was going to be about to be on the floor. And so I just naturally transitioned to trying to find cleaners that were better, and really struggled to find something. Vinegar didn't, worked great, but smelled awful.
Yes.
All the classic, non-toxic cleaners just didn't work as well as being able to give up the Dawn and the Tide.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Same journey here as far as I think kids really opened my eyes to anything I was bringing home. I feel like you naturally transition over time. Maybe you start buying a few things organic. You might want cotton for their jammies, and for me, it was the cleaning products. And with my second son, got eczema, or developed eczema like at 6 months old.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a second, my first son didn't have any issues. What am I doing wrong? And just researched it and realizing that most of the products, there's just a lot of harsh chemicals in a lot of the products in the market, whether it was lotions or the cleaners or the laundry detergent. And so I started getting hippy-dippy. And Lindsay and I were really good friends at this time. We both had 3 babies together. And I was like, you want to be hippie with me? And like, let's make our own cleaning products. And we messed around with like lemons, and we realized how awful we were at DIY. We were really, and I was like, gave up after a while, but I put them in clear glass bottles, and that was kind of a light bulb. We had just remodeled our kitchen, and we had this beautiful kitchen, but I was like,
everything is gross. I'm a busy mom. I'm cleaning all the time, and everything that I'm using to clean my kitchen, I'm hiding because it's ugly or it's toxic or harsh chemicals. You don't want to run your kiddos. So that's when the light bulb went on for the both of us. We wanted passion behind the project. We didn't want to just bring something into the world because we wanted to have some passion because there's a lot of highs and lows starting.
Yeah.
And when you're in the lows, you always want to anchor yourself back as to why are you doing this.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and have an amazing partner.
Yeah.
For sure.
So
Which Brennen can attest to.
this is where I'll chime in.
Having an amazing partner.
For those listening who haven't already figured it out, so LAVANT has soap,
Oh yeah.
hand soap, lotion, correct?
We have a dish soap.
No lotion, dish soap.
Yeah.
Multi-purpose cleaner, and then also biodegradable wipes.
Yep.
And then we've got candles. We're moving into like into home lifestyle, home care as well.
Got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how'd you come up with the name LAVANT?
Great question. I mean, there was a lot of back and forth. I mean, ultimately, LAVANT, laver is the French word to bathe, to clean, to cleanse, and then avant is the French word for innovation. And so we really thought, okay, this is an innovative way to clean. It's also an innovative way to get people that are that maybe weren't traditionally open to the idea of non-toxic cleaners, but they found us because they thought the bottles were beautiful. They heard that it performed really well, and then, oh, by the way, it's green. So it is, that. I don't even know.
Well, we want to lead with design.
Yeah.
And then obviously we had to make sure that it worked, so the performance had to be there. But LAVANT, we didn't want it to sound like a cleaning product. We were trying to elevate the whole experience of clean. It's something that 99% of us do every single day, but it just feels icky or mundane.
It feels like a chore.
Yeah. Well, and like you get done cleaning, your hands are like shriveled up and dried out from touching the product, and it's not it's a gross smell, but you're like, well, it's supposed to smell that way because it's clean. I'm doing air quotes right now, right? I mean, it's not a pleasant experience.
I wanted just a pretty name. Also, trademark came into it too, because naming your company is something that's so hard to do that you got to find something that's not out there right now. And LAVANT, it made sense. It made sense.
Yeah.
So when you guys, you came up with your name, but then I think my question, one of my questions is, all right, great. Like, you want to do this, like you have a name, maybe the name came after, maybe the name came before. How in the heck do you start putting all this, like, okay, we're going to do a little bit of that, a little bit of this, try that, put that smell in there. I mean, are you guys scientists? Like, how do you know how to create this, do this? Make it smell so amazing. I mean,
let's go
back. How
do
do you do that?
That DIY was not our strength. So
right?
We knew we had to, if we were going to leave our careers that we were great at, to go into this venture, we knew we had to have a formula that actually worked. So we hired one of the best chemists in the world. There's not a lot of green chemists out there. She developed the market leading green cleaning brand. She was a chemist for them. And so we ended up hiring her. We stalked her for ultimately we begged her, and the only answer was to say yes to us. So she developed our formulation. We own them. They're our own. And then it came to fragrance. And that was something that was super important to Christy and I, to have a bougie smell, if you will, for cleaning products. Yeah. That traditional smell of
lemon or grapefruit.
Yeah.
We wanted to not have it be literal to anything.
Yeah.
And just be really light. But I mean, if we back up, that was 4 years ago come January. So when we talked about how to start a business, or how did you start, or how do I start, the advice we would give is just one step at a time. And January of 2018, Lindsay and I met in Cabo, and we spent 3 days formulating this idea. And I was like, okay, I guess we're gonna do this. And then in the mail, I get had applied for the LLC. So that's step one, right?
Yeah.
We're like, oh,
paper.
You're
We're
like,
real.
Yeah. Step one, go to Cabo. Go to Cabo. That's step one. Cabo.
And then, we spent the first quarter of that year, Lindsay just stalked the internet basically and LinkedIn and found our chemist. And every year we thought we had the goal of December of that year we were going to launch. And oh, that's so silly.
That was 4 years ago. We thought we were going to launch the same year. Yeah, no.
And it was because a high performance plant-based cleaning product is actually very difficult to formulate.
It didn't exist before us, basically.
Yeah.
Almost 2 years to get those formulas right.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's frustrating when you're excited about something and you're trying to get out the door.
Yeah.
It took 1.5 years to get the trademark. So we didn't want to do any packaging until we knew that we had the name and the web. So every step took probably 10 times longer than we thought it would be, just because we don't know what we're doing, but you figure it out along the way.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And what's the most popular product that you sell of the ones that you named?
Ooh. I think the biggest surprise for us is honestly the bundles. People just gravitate from a gift giving perspective, from buying new homes, from everything. I mean, you guys see new homes all the time.
Yes.
The bundles have been a huge thing for us, but
I mean, it's the easiest way to experience LAVANT, but I will say our entry, like what kind of reels people in, is definitely the hand soap. To wanting a pretty hand soap for like their guest bath, but they're not used to or wanting that for themselves. And I think we're opening that door to just allowing people to have a little bit of elevated goodness by their sink. So what we find is if they order the hand soap, we get like an immediate order after it lands, then they try the other products too, which is really fun to see.
No, I was going to say, well, for the people that are listening out there, who are just listening and don't have a visual, and obviously they cannot smell LAVANT, the packaging is absolutely gorgeous. It's white and black and gold, correct?
Yeah.
Like those are your colors.
Yeah.
And so the packaging is absolutely gorgeous. And then beyond that, the smell is, I mean, I can't even describe how good these products smell. It's just, I mean, I just spray in my sink. I mean, literally every time a kid gives me a dish, I'm like, oh, well, I just put something down the drain, like spray, because I just want that smell constantly, and you absolutely do start with a hand soap that goes in your fancy bathroom. And then pretty soon you're like, well, I want it in my kitchen and I want it in my bathroom. And, and I mean, this is also the perfect go-to gift for any occasion. I mean, we've done it for housewarmings. We've done it for obviously client gifts, birthdays. I mean, people are blown out of the water to receive, the bundle as a gift. And then they become hooked because it's not only, it not only smells amazing and it's green, it's so pretty, so you guys have really nailed it on all fronts. And so tell us a little bit about, so you everything kind of got finalized. You figured out, you got your packaging and, you got everything figured out, but then it was like, well, now what do you do now? What do you've got your products, you've got your packaging, you've got your name. So now what do you do?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, we toyed with the idea, like, how do you launch a product? I've launched products in my life, but not from start to scratch. We had our website, so just for us, it really became it was very organic. We started with, for us, it was building out our influencer list. So who are the people that we'd like to be able to give this to and who can talk about it? To date, we have not paid one influencer to talk about our product at all. We haven't paid any media outlets. Doesn't mean that we're not going to. It's just we haven't had to at this point.
Yeah.
We don't have a budget. We're a small startup. We've been so blessed and thankful that people actually really enjoy the product and they want to talk about it. Our dish soap, for example, is the first plant-based dish soap, to our knowledge, that has outperformed the market-leading conventional dish soap, aka food stuff. And we've got third-party test results to show this, and it's been really fun to be able to share that message, and people are actually seeing that plant-based cleaners can work, and then they want to talk about it. And so from there, the launch of the influencers, we really just did we just kind of did a slow release, and then we were off to the races.
Yeah. Well, what happened that we launched in December of last year, which is a perfect month to launch from a giftable product.
Yeah.
But also, like, to add to that, Lindsay and I spent a lot of time thinking about who were the right people to reach out to. And there's all kinds of influencers out there, and ours is so design forward. We're like, what's going to be the leader? What's going to hook people in? And we think of the design forward people who are willing to make that stretch. And we reached out to people like yourselves, really interior designers, versus like your greenies mom blogger. Not, but we just figure like they would appreciate how it looked and felt. So the design community for it, and that has worked really well in our favor, because a lot of interior designers and agents are now using it as gifting for their clients.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
We're like, who wants cleaning products as a gift? And come to find out, when it's pretty and it looks
good,
you want it. And today, just we can announce as well that we just got released on Gwyneth Paltrow's gift guide for Goop. So we are 2021 gift guide, which is like
huge
Oprah moment. We're just gonna call it our Gwynny moment, and it's so damn giftable and beautiful, and it makes you feel special every time you do the dishes. And like you said, Tracy, when you spray your sink,
why shouldn't you feel special when you're doing something to make your home, care for your home?
Yeah,
right, absolutely. Well, and I feel like for most people are like, well, I'm just supposed to grab this at the store and this is what I use. But then you don't think like, oh, like I could actually this could be somewhat of an enjoyable experience, spraying this around and putting this on my hands. And I mean, people just they don't realize until they LAVANT.
Yeah, that was a big, Kristi just brought up a great point. That was a really important thing for us too, that cleaning isn't just a mom's job anymore. Remember the old Jiffy moms choose Diff, or like Mads was always the mom that did the dishes, and it's a whole household thing now. And it allows us to bring the kids in and the dads in to say, listen, this is a great experience. You're safe for and there's no reason to not be doing the dishes and wiping down the counters anymore. We all get to do it in the family.
Absolutely. So where can people that are listening, where can they find your product? How do they get their hands on some LAVANT before the holidays hit?
Well, locally, for all your Seattle listeners, we're in some amazing retailers. City Peoples in Northeast Seattle has been amazing.
Sarah Alexandra's on Madison, as well as Frenchie's and
awesome.
Over in Fairmont. The easy button is to hit lavantcollective.com, and then goop.com. There's it's a lot of places.
We have a stock.
That's awesome.
We are around the country too. We're in 40 different retailers, boutique stores around the country, which is really fun, and that's growing.
Oh yeah.
And what's amazing is they're reaching out.
That's awesome.
Reach out to anybody yet? So yeah.
Great. And are you two literally, is it just a 2-person show, or who's behind the scenes?
Oh, hey, let's ladies.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
You see, this is the team. This is Ashley and Elaine, and then Christina, and we're the whole group that makes it happen.
That's awesome.
A lot of other people that are that help us that we outsource, but this is the day-to-day crew. Ashley is our operations lead and runs the whole packing and shipping thing. And when you get a beautiful package, it's from her, like hand beautifully dealt. And Elaine has been just from a logistics person helping us out on wholesale orders, and all of us wear all the hats.
Right. Well, I think Brennen and I don't know how many times we've said that in our own business and with our team, like we've done it all. So, if we're asking you to do something, I mean, that doesn't sound fun or appealing, or, like for us, I mean, cleaning out a garage, sweeping listings, vacuuming, landscaping. I mean, we've done it all, right? So it's like, and I think that's huge.
It includes getting rid of pallets. So
there you go, right?
But actually, you know what? No, Ashley checked that off the list. But
okay,
I'll do. So yeah.
Right. And I think it's so beneficial just to be, maybe you're not wearing all the hats every day, but it's like, I've been there, I've done it, I get it, as a business owner. So, well, what else, Brennan? What other questions might we have for Lindsay and
I think
Kristi, or
just
what else?
what's next? What's next? We know where people
Yeah.
can get it now, but what's next for you all?
Something's coming Friday.
Ooh.
Friday.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we have a really fun, this is the first launch of a new scent, and it's a
Ooh,
winter scent, and
nice.
winter fur. It's just a beautiful, like, wintry oasis.
Yeah.
It's warm and cozy, and it's an
Oh,
empty glass bottle.
Oh, Ashley brought us the beautiful.
oh, look at that.
You
How
guys are
pretty
seeing
is that?
This is a world reveal on Tracy and Brennen.
Oh, it's gorgeous. And look,
We love it.
There's the leaf at the bottom. The leaf, is that a leaf coming along the bottom? Is that an imprint?
That.
Oh, yeah, there's a leaf right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Yep. Totally. Got it. I love that.
That's
Yeah, it's
awesome.
gorgeous.
It's something that doesn't translate very well in speaking and in visuals is that these are actually glass bottles. So these are glass refillable bottles that you can use kind of time and time again. We hope that you fill it with LAVANT, but the bottles are here to really help reduce that environmental burden on plastics and reducing that. So.
And they're a solid color, so if you do fill it with anything else, I won't know when I come over.
Exactly.
Well, you'll know from the scent.
You'll smell it. You'll smell it. You'll know the minute you put it on your hands or your dishes. So, well, great, you guys. And go ahead, Kristi.
Next year we are, but it's a big ask. We are working on laundry, so that'll be a 2020.
You are that. I was going to ask that because I mean, if I could be washing my clothes with this, it would just. I can't even. Yeah, pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
Come stow my load from last night if you want, Tracy. Like,
oh, I mean, that would,
right now.
Yeah, if you need a tester, let me know. I'd be happy to test it out on all of our clothes, all of my son's sweaty, yucky boy clothes. We'll make them smell amazing.
We're coming to you first.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I can't say enough to our listeners. Just it's now the beginning of November, the holidays are coming. People are going to need housewarming gifts for, parties that they're going to and, attending holidays at other people's homes. You're going to need gifts and you're going to need stuff for your own home if you have people coming in. So I would encourage everyone, whether you're listening to this in Q4 of 2021 or anytime in the future, jump on the LAVANT Collective website and order some product and you will not regret it. You will absolutely not regret it.
Get it before everyone on Goop gets it.
Yeah, get it before Goop gets it because once they get on that holiday list,
it's gonna be gone.
It's gonna go. It is gonna go.
Yeah, we've already noticed this morning things are selling out already. It's really, it just launched at 9:02 this morning. So
holy cow! Wow, it's so exciting, you guys. I'm so happy for you both, and thank you for giving us your time this morning. Okay, everyone, before we sign off, Lindsay and Kristi have a special offer for everyone who is listening today. If you jump on to the LAVANT Collective website and order your product, they are offering a special promo. So Lindsay and Kristi, tell us all about it.
Yeah, so you guys can go online and just hit in the discount code, put in close to home 15 for 15% off your order.
That's awesome.
TO home, close.
Yeah.
Home.
Yeah, perfect.
You got to go before what time period to use that?
Yeah, until the end of the year, until the end of 2021. We've got
awesome.
For holidays. Tracy, I think you brought up a really good point. When you go to someone's house for dinner, instead of bringing a $75 bottle of wine,
yes,
$30 bottle of
oh
soap.
my, I am telling you. It does feel more special. It's going to last a lot longer than that bottle of wine. That's going to be done in about 20 minutes.
And they will make stuff every time they pump that soap.
They will.
Whoever brought this, they will forget about that bottle of wine.
Yeah. Well, and then their friends are going to come over and, use the soap and say, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Where is this from? So bring a bundle from LAVANT Collective. Bring a bundle. It's an amazing post gift. Bring a bundle. Bring a bundle. Feel free to use that. Feel free to tag that. I'm full of these great ideas, I tell you.
our next marketing campaign, you guys.
Yeah, bring a bundle. Well, again, Kristi and Lindsay, thank you so much for joining us on our podcast Close to Home today. It was amazing talking with you both, and thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.